before we do anything, ask ourselves this question: can we really beat Duke? Like, do we really have a legitimate chance to go into Atlanta in the State Farm Champions Classic and knock off Duke? I mean, let's think about it for a second. Look at it on paper for a second. We don't have anybody, right? Kentucky don't have anybody. They got Olympic guys, USA Olympics, the other guys Olympic team. I mean, come on, really? Let's be realistic here for a second. Does the Kentucky Wildcats have a chance to go in and knock off Duke on Tuesday night in the State Farm Champions Classic? Well, let me put it like this. While there's been some excellent college basketball games this year, and there's been a couple already, there's been some good ones. Nothing quite measures or stands up to this Duke and Kentucky game. It's different. It's different for a lot of people. It's different for the Duke fan base. It's sure enough different for the Big Blue Nation, the Wildcats. It's different. This is personal. We take this personal. It's been a while since we beat Duke. And now here we are back now with the guy that's probably maybe could be the first number one pick in the draft next year. They got another freshman out there, 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐞𝐖𝐞𝐞𝐤𝐥𝐲. I probably didn't say his name wrong, so my apologies for that. But these two guys are superstars. And then you got Kentucky. I mean, we don't have anybody but like Jackson Robinson, Butler, Ortega, Carr, Chris, Brea, you know, Almanor, Williams. I mean, Garrison. I mean, do we really have enough to really beat these guys? It really got me really thinking. Because let's go Cats. I love my team. We got to go beat Duke in Atlanta. It's that time. Let's rise up and let's go. But I was wondering, through two games this year, both of them are 2-0. They both took care of business. So I was just kind of curious on how does the numbers look in comparison to each team. So before we get to the numbers, Duke's coach Shire, he's been there for about 3 years now. So he's been there about 3 years. There's some pressure on him to win this ball game too. There is. Um, we all know Coach Pope played at Kentucky, won a championship, captain. The fan base says, some of the fan base says, I'm going to wait until I see what Kentucky does against Duke before I get a good judgment on how I feel about the team. Probably want to ask Coach Pope that to see if he feels the same way. You probably want to ask the players if they feel like, well, let's see who we are after we play Duke. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. So both coaches in their young careers know how monumental this is, how big this is for their programs. It's early in the year. No matter who loses this game can still go on and have a very great year. We all know that. One game doesn't decide it. But see, it's different. As I said previously, it's different when you get Kentucky and when you get Duke on the same court in something this big. It's the reason why they put Kentucky and Duke the last game of the night, because that's the biggest game of the night. They want everybody to be done with what they're doing for the night so they can tune in for this game. No distractions. Tune in to watch Duke and Kentucky. That's how big this game is. But if we able to just take our emotions, move them to the side for a second, and just use a little logic for a second. Can we do that? So I was really, I watched a little Duke. They okay. I mean, they took care of business. They're a very strong team. They play defense like us. Kentucky, we out there balling. I like that against Bucknell. We struggled a little bit. We played sloppy. I don't know if we was looking past them and just says we're bored, we're ready to get to Duke. I don't know that. Someone asked that question. I don't have the answer to that. But when we locked in, when we said, you know what, guys, enough's enough. Let's get this done. And as soon as they turned that switch on, doop, it was over. Bucknell, I mean, Bucknell never had a chance after that. That was it. The night was over for them. It was just a matter of waiting for the clock just to run down. Kentucky turned it on, and they says that we the better team. And that's how Duke does in their ball games as well. So both teams are going to be fighting really, really hard. That's for sure. But neither team really played great. But they played like they were supposed to against the opponents that they are. So this is a test for both. This is a real test for both opponents. So keep in your mind as I go, I'm gonna read some numbers here. So as I do that, ask yourself really one thing: can Kentucky really go to Atlanta and beat Duke? Can they? So the numbers, when you because when you look at who they got compared to who we got, on paper, it's going to tell you, oh man, and not to mention ESPN matchup projector. Let me see how did I word that? Matchup projector has Duke as basically a 71% chance to win this ball game. It's 70.9 a chance to win. So let me just draw a picture for you guys for a little diagram. If it's a diagram like this, half of this is all about they giving UK a chance to win out of that circle. That's it. This is all they said. UK got a chance to win this ball game. Nothing else. That's disrespectful. I mean, it is. But UK's got to go out here and we got to earn our respect. So here's just a couple of numbers that just kind of jump out to me just a little bit. When you match them up head to head for points wise, Kentucky's leading by they're averaging 102 points a ball game, while Duke is averaging 98. Kentucky is a little bit worse on defense than they are because Kentucky's giving up 70 points. Duke's only giving up 60. Field goal percentage, we're up by 2%. 54 is 54% to 52%. Free throws, they got us a little bit. That's something that if the game comes down to a free throw, who do you want the ball in the hand to shoot the free throws? Carr's pretty good at shooting free throws. Ortega's pretty good. I don't think I want Ansley with the ball in his hand to shoot the free throw. He's kind of so when it comes to the free throw. He can shoot a three. He just can't shoot a free throw off that great. So I wonder who do you want at the line when the game's on the line with this team to shoot it? Butler you may be able to put him on the front, or you could just bring Perry off the bench. He ain't gonna miss. You already know that. Rebounds, 54. We're averaging 54 rebounds a game. They're averaging 48 rebounds a game. Assists. This is where it shows for our older guys who's like to share the ball. We average 27 assists a game. They average 18. We play team ball. That's what that's saying. It's saying that we play team ball. And that's exactly what we want. Steals. We get one more steal a game than they do. We get 10, they get 9. Blocks. We're tied at that. I think we get 5, they get like 4.5. So I just rounded it up to 5. Because I don't want to be too biased because I'm a Kentucky fan. I want to just say just keep it real. Turnovers. We both average about 11 turnovers a ball game. We can't afford to do that against Duke. We can't give these guys any more possessions than they do. Now, the leading scorer right now for Duke is 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐧𝐜𝐞𝐞𝐤𝐥𝐲 with 18.5 points a game. Ortega leads us with 21 points a game. Rebounds is Duke, led by freshman Malachi with 10 rebounds, and for Kentucky is Williams with 13 rebounds a game. So if you look at the numbers, If you look at the numbers don't necessarily match up with what ESPN is saying. ESPN says 71% chance to win this ball game. Kentucky, 20% chance to win the ball game. That's a little disrespectful if you go look at the numbers. The numbers are not jumping off the page a lot different. They only beat us out of 9 categories. They only beat us. They only beat actually if you add the scoring and the rebound, they only leading us in out of 9 categories. We're winning in 6 of them. They only beat us in 3. What is that? Free throw percentage, points. They only points a game allowed, and what was the other one? Was one more than they was beating us at. Free throws, points allowed. Is that it? I think that's it. That's all they beating us in. Because we tied in 2. We up in steals. We up in assists. So you tell me why UK can't go in and beat Duke. I mean, let's just be real here for a second. You tell me why Kentucky can't go in and upset Duke. And is it an upset if we beat Duke? I guess if you want to look at number 23 beats number 7 or whatever we will be by the time the rankings come out after this weekend, Kentucky can go to Atlanta and win that ball game. Mark Pope is going to have these guys. Look, what would he play? I think we played Wright State when? We played Wright State. When did we play Wright State? I don't have a date in front of me. But a few days later, and look, Mark Pope said we need to rebound more. We just went out and got rebounds like he asked us to. He's going to teach us. He's going to teach the guys to be ready for this ball game. Believe it. The Wildcats are going to be ready to go into what's the name. Even if we lose this ball game, you're not going to blow us out because we're not going to quit. I cannot wait for Kirk Christian to check in the ball game so he can congratulate Cooper Flag again. Congratulations. Now I'm here. Let's play ball. I'm not going nowhere. I know you're much taller than I am, but I'm still going to be a pest in you. I'm still going to make life a little hard for you. I'm not going to just lay down. Look, guys and ladies, Kentucky can go to Atlanta and win this ball game. All week, we're just going to have fun with it. We're going to have fun with it. And when leading up to the ball game, we all going to say our little words, and then we're going to cheer on our Wildcats to go play ball. That's how special this is. This is different. This is different. This ain't Kansas and North Carolina. This ain't Gonzaga and Baylor. This ain't Baylor and Arkansas. This ain't Tennessee and Louisville. This is freaking Duke and Kentucky. This is what this is. This is big boy ball. This is the elite of the Blue Bloods. It's time for Kentucky to bring it back home and get that W for the Wildcats. Man, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm pumped up about it. And these numbers just let me know that we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity, that's for sure, to win this ball game. We just got to show up, play ball like we know how to do it, and the Wildcats will be okay. I wish we could play today. Yo, hit that subscribe button, that like button if you haven't already. I appreciate the love. Let's go, Cats.